Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with David Benavidez, who's fighting as the co-main event against J. Leon Love on this Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia card. And Dave, it's going to be a year since fans have gotten a chance to see you. You last fought on the Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios card against Ronald Gavril. It's a year. We know what's happened. Just tell me, what's been going on with you and how this year has been for you.
It's been good, man. Obviously last year wasn't that good. We had a couple things happen to him, happen to us. But it's just as a person and as a boxer, we could bounce back from them. I've been good though. I've been working hard. I moved to Seattle, but now I'm in Long Beach training. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited to come back.
Your title is being fought for against Darrell and Yildirim. You never lost the title. You're undefeated. Does that hurt and tug at you seeing that?
Yeah, it really does, because I didn't get beat by anybody. I got beat by myself, basically, with dumb decisions I made. But, we live and we learn, but, it's just made me more hungrier. Because when I see somebody win my belt, the WBC belt that's rightfully mine, it's going to take a lot out of me, but it's going to make me even hungrier to go back in there and get it, get what's mine. And that's what I'm just looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to my next fight. It's going to be in front of a lot of people at the Cowboy Stadium, So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking to steal the show.
Your dad's been very open about what's happened with you, and he wants to use that as an example for other athletes and kids not to make those decisions. But coming from you, what exactly happened and what led to the drug use and the partying and all that?
It was really bad decision and bad timing. When I decided to do it, it happened. It needed to happen. When it happened, the people. I think it was just God, telling me I shouldn't be doing something because it was just a random drug test that ended up at my front door. But I'm glad it happened. I'm not going to be making stupid decisions like that anymore. And not. Just it wasn't bad for me, it was bad for my family, all the bad publicity we got, I got a lot of hate mail on Instagram, but it's just decisions should be made like that, And I just want to use it for all my fans, upcoming boxers that, that even think about doing that, it's going to hurt you a lot, Not only money-wise, but, everything's going to be stripped from you, your title, your reputation, so it might as well just avoid it, It's not worth it.
Yeah. How bad did it get? Like, was it something that you're doing all the time, or?
No, it was the first time, But it was, like I said, it was bad timing. It was really bad timing. But it was just really bad timing.
Just hanging around with the wrong people, getting in your ear, or?
Just hanging around with the wrong people. I don't want to speak too much about it, because I was really depressed for about 3 months, but it was my own fault. While I was suspended. So it's just really bad timing, and it shouldn't be done.
So that happens. The title has to, I believe, relinquish it, and then it's out there. You're saying that you're depressed a little bit. How were you able to build yourself back up and get through all that?
I know I'm better than most of the guys in the division. So after I get stripped of my title, I get suspended, this and that. I just hear a lot of guys talking, but they weren't talking when I was right there, And that just led me, like I said, you live and you learn, I didn't kill nobody, it wasn't as bad as it was,
Do you feel that you should have been stripped or relinquished from it?
Yeah, I deserve to get stripped, because the champion shouldn't act like that, but it's just, I know I'm better than most of these guys on my weight division. I just want to show the fans, And I'm just coming back stronger than ever, basically.
We just saw Caleb Plant beat Jose Uzcategui. I know there's a lot of history there between you and him, but first off, what'd you make of how that fight went?
It was a good fight. He did his thing for the first 5 or 6 rounds. He did his thing, but then it ended up like, I seen that Uzcategui kind of his pressure got to him, But hats off to Caleb Plant. He did what he had to do, but that. To be honest, look at his face. It looked like he was fighting four guys in the ring, not just one. But he did what he had to do, And hats off to him. I don't want to discredit him. He's a world champion now, and hopefully I get to fight him in the future.
You're a fight that he wants, and both of you guys have been mentioning your names for quite a bit.
But when we do make that fight happen, I'm not going to be a mandatory. I'm going to be a world champ when I do fight him, so it's going to be very interesting.
Well, it's going to be a fight that's anticipated.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of beef there. There's an incident in the gym that happened. I know there was a video that got put out. What happened there, and what started all like the beef, all the fighting between you and him?
Because, you know, Caleb Plant, you know, when he does interviews, you know, he's a very professional guy, supposedly. He doesn't talk bad about nobody. He stays in his own lane, supposedly. But when he's on Instagram, this fucking guy, every time I'd go on Instagram, he has something to say about me. You know what I mean? This and that, David this and that, David this and that, Jose Benavidez this and that. So, you know what I mean? I'm not really, you know, I didn't really want to say too much. But my brother, he's not going to take that from nobody. So, you know what I mean? My brother, I think it was 2 weeks before his fight. And my brother, you know, he got in his face, and then Caleb Plant, you know, he was really scared, and then, you know, he sucker punched my brother, and then got behind his people, you know what I mean, and then that just, you know what I mean, you guys.
That's when it got crazy, yeah, it got crazy.
You know, the video stopped, but you know that's all that happened. You know, it's nothing really too bad.
So after that, there's been no contact between you and him? There has?
Talking shit to each other, bro. I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? This is a sport. We're professional fighters. We're gladiators at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So, you know, we're going to end up fighting anyway, so it's going to, you know, the more hype we could give it, the better it's going to be because, you know, at the end of the day, I am going to knock him out, and it's going to be much sweeter when I do.
Well, you guys are generating hype for it. It's one of the fights that people do want to see, but you have this fight with Jalen Love that's coming up. Love's a veteran, has a lot of experience. He's been around the block a lot. What do you make of that fight? Because I know your dad has history with him. You guys have history with him as well.
Yeah, I'm not looking past Jalen Love. You know, I'm doing my job. I'm training as hard as I can, like if I would for a world title, like if I'm getting ready for a world title fight. You know, Jalen Love is a seasoned veteran, but I got I've been working with a lot of guys, southpaws, you know what I mean, pressure fighters, boxers. You know, I've been working with Dmitry Bivol, which he's a boxer, but he's a strong puncher as well. So everything's gonna go beautifully. You know what I mean? And you're here in the gym. You seem punches I was cracking to the body shield.
50 punches or in 10 seconds?
So I'm touching everything, you know what I mean? Everything I need to work on, I'm touching on it, and I'm going to be extremely ready.
When you look at the sparring, it's a very odd thing because that's not common, you sparring with another world champion that's seen as like a top pound-for-pound guy. Usually that's avoided in boxing. How are those sparring sessions with Bivol, and how is he like in there? Because he has like this, like I mentioned it to you earlier, he has a weird sort of like timing when he's in there.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. I mean, he's a high caliber, he's a world-class fighter, you know what I mean? So it would be kind of silly of me and dumb if I turned down the opportunity to spar him just because he has a belt. Like, what does that mean? He fights at a higher weight class than me. He's on Daz, and you know, and it's very little chance the fight would happen now. You know what I mean? I could spar him now, and maybe in 3 years I'll fight him. But you know, a lot could happen in 3 years. So right now I'm getting the best work, you know, as I could that's available right now, and that's gonna make both of us better. You know what I mean? If you're in there seeing the sparring session, you know, there's a lot of people that seen them at the gym. They're amazing sparring sessions. You know what I mean? It's basically like a real fight in there. But, you know, we're both leaving the gym. It was something we've learned about each other and ourselves. You know what I mean? We just, you know what I mean? Once you get a chance to work with a world-class fighter like that, man, you're just going to learn, you know.
How many rounds do you guys spar?
We do like five, six. Yeah.
That's like half of a world title fight.
It's not too much rounds, but it's just enough rounds. You know what I mean?
Man, I'd love to watch that. You invited me. I think I am going to go ahead and watch it. I won't say where it's at. How hard does he hit? Because he's known as a big puncher.
He hits pretty hard. Yeah. He hits pretty hard.
How would you rate it?
He has heavy hands, probably like an 8.5. Yeah, he has heavy hands. But, you know, that works for me, too, because when I'm in there, I never drop my hands, you know what I mean? That's basically what you need in a real fight. You don't want to get comfortable with your hands low, you know what I mean? So you're always like, you know, defense is always tight, you know what I mean? So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's where I benefit from, because I'll use that in a real fight or in my other sparring sessions. You know, the defense is perfect when I spar him.
Now that I think about it, you've been sparring with Canelo. No? Okay, I thought it was Canelo. Okay, Golovkin, Bivol, Zurdo, a lot of guys there.
Kid Chocolate, Kelly Pavlik, Latif Coyote, Gabriel Rosado, Julian Jackson, Uskataki. I sparred all of them. You know, if they're located in California, I sparred them, basically.
Who's the hardest puncher out of all of them, then? You just said that quick, huh?
That guy, bro.
So Golovkin's 160, Bivol's 68. The other guy was a 75 that you mentioned, one of the guys there.
Yeah, let me just clarify this. Just because I say he hits hard, hopefully you don't go in there and pull on the computer. David admits he gets rocked.
I didn't say that.
I know, but I seen that the other day. Just because I admitted he hits hard. I mean, he didn't hurt me at all, but he does hit hard. But the thing about Golovkin, he has so much twist and turn on his punches, and he knows precisely how to throw them. That's what makes his punches hard. and he has heavy fists too. So all that put together that's why he knocks people out like the way he does. You know what I mean? People don't get up. I seen him knock. I was in training camp with him one time. I seen him knock 4 guys out back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back. One would get out. He would drop one would get out. Another one would get in. He'd drop him. Another one. And that guy, he's a real deal.
So did you think like, oh man, I gotta go spar with this guy now?
No, I was the first one that was sparring him.
Oh, really?
But I would warm him up, basically. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I learned so much from him, you know, from my defense and all that. And you could go ask him, you could go interview him, and he'll tell you about our sparring sessions. We had some amazing sparring sessions.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy work right there.
Yeah. I mean, that just molded me, you know, because I didn't have a big amateur career, but I feel like I didn't have any of the bad habits of the amateurs. You know what I mean? So when I did turn pro, I had all the, you know, I fought like a pro already when I went into the pro game. I didn't have to settle into, you know what I mean? I already knew what I was doing. I knew what to go for, you know, and I knew what, I didn't make any bad, I didn't have any bad habits in the ring, basically. So I just continued to grow from there.
So you mentioned that the plant fight, it's going to happen, but you want to be a world champion when it does happen, which means you're targeting the winner of your old belt, right?
I'm in line for it already. The way the champion in recess works, the title gets vacated, but you're already #1 spot. So whoever fights him is mandatory. They have to fight me, and they can't take another fight until they fight me.
So you will face the winner of the Durrell and Yildirim. Who do you think wins?
I think Durrell. I think he's more of a seasoned veteran, but you know, you can never know because the other guy has power. But the thing that I'm picking Durrell in that fight because that guy got torn apart from Chris Eubanks.
Yeah, he did. He got knocked out bad.
In the second round. You know what I mean? And Durrell is a seasoned fighter. And didn't he fight Chris Eubanks?
Durrell? No, but Yildirim did.
I'm thinking his brother fought Digel. That's why I got it confused. But you know, Durrell's a seasoned veteran, and but it doesn't matter who wins. You know, I'm gonna be ready for both of them.
So Eddie Hearn gave you a visit yesterday. Callum.
He didn't give me a visit. No? It was bivol. I'm strictly Al Heyman, PBC.
Well, I'm saying I know you are, but he was there at the gym and he's like, hey, Callum Smith, like let's make the fight happen. Yeah.
If there's a possibility that we can make that fight happen, then we can make that fight happen. But that's between my promoters. You know, I have no say in that.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to make it happen. It's cool like to talk about it because it would be a great fight, and he's seen as another one of the top guys at 168 pounds.
What does he have? The WBA and the WBO?
I thought he had the ring.
No, he has the Didn't he have the WBA?
Yeah, WBA and the ring.
Yeah. So you know, what I mean, that'll be another, you know, notification, unification. You know what I mean? So that it's a win-win on both sides. So I'm pretty sure, you know, if I do my part and win these fights that I have to win, maybe later at the end of this year, maybe next year, maybe 2 years. You know what I mean? I really don't know.
How long can you make 168 for?
I can make it comfortably. Yeah. You know, I used to weigh 270 pounds, so you know, making weight is not a problem for me.
But you see yourself moving up, right?
I mean, right now I think it's because I'm young too. I really don't have. It's not really difficult to make weight, but maybe when I'm 24, 25, I do want to go to 175. Yeah.
What do you think you'll end up at?
Either 175 or cruiserweight, something like that. I don't know.
You imagine yourself as a cruiserweight?
Yeah, I do. I mean, because I could just imagine myself how extremely strong I'd be if I didn't cut weight. Yeah. If I would just work, like, you know, build more muscle and that and just like fight at 200. Or what is cruiser, 190 or 200?
205.
205, yeah. I could just imagine. But
yeah, because it goes from 75 then 205 and then heavyweight.
And I'm still growing too, bro. You know what I mean? I'm getting taller as well, so I don't even know how tall I'm gonna get. You know, I don't know if the last time you see me, you know, I've been look a little.
How tall are you right now?
I don't know, like 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
Yeah, you might end up at heavyweight then.
Nah, I don't want to go to heavy. I don't want to go to heavy. Them guys are too big, bro.
Yeah, especially now, like those guys are like super heavyweights now. It's crazy to see how they are. So you mentioned too that a goal of yours is you want to be the youngest 3-time world champion.
I gotta check how old they are, but you know what I mean. If I do my job, and I get my belt back, then I'll be the 2-time world champion, and then, you know, hopefully everything goes good, and then maybe we can unify. And if I do that, by the end of the year, you know, I don't think there's been a 3-time world champion at 22 in his weight division. But I got to check I'm not sure if it's facts or not. But yeah, that's one of my goals now, and then that's what's gonna motivate me the rest of the year and just keep me going.
So from this point now till the fight, let us know what work is going to be done, and really what you want to remind fans of and show fans in this fight coming up with J'Leon Love.
I just want to remind fans, you know, I got a lot of loyal fans, bro, that they always, like, they stick up for me and on Instagram. And a lot of people, I let a lot of people down, and it doesn't sit well on my heart, you know what I mean? And just, I should have known better than doing the things I was doing. I'm a better role model for that, for me, my family, you know, maybe my kids in the future. You know what I mean? So I just want everybody, when I come back, you know, when they see me, they'll be like, we should have never lost faith in this guy. You know, we're going to keep behind him. It's going to be an amazing fight. I'm working on everything, and I want to get a knockout like how I knocked out Porky Medina. And, you know, if I get that on pay-per-view, bro, then my stock goes up by another 10. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking to do. And, you know, it's going to be great. You know, I got a lot of fans in Texas. I love the people out there, and it's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
That Porky Medina knockout was like a video game knockout. Like, you know, for us, like did you ever play Killer Instinct? No? Okay, so Killer Instinct is like, well, I'm older than you, obviously, but when I saw you launch like the 10-punch combo, like I wanted to yell like, first I yelled like, oh shit, like I can't believe he just landed like 10 punches on this guy, but I wanted to yell, combo, because that's when you do a combination in that game. But do you ever look back at the knockout and think like, damn, like how did I pull like these 10 punches off on this guy like that?
When I knocked him out, I mean, you got so much adrenaline running in that fight. Whoever was at that fight, they could tell you that the crowd there was electric, bro. Since from round 1 to round 9 or 8, whatever, the people were loving it. You know what I mean? Everybody was going crazy. But when I had knocked him out, I swear I thought I only hit him with 3 punches. Yeah. I didn't know until I seen the replay. I thought I hit him with 3 punches because I had him hurt to the body, so I was more focused to the body. So when I hit him, I think I hit 2, and I'm like, I'm just going to let it go, see what happens. But my adrenaline was running so much, I thought I only hit him with 3, 4 at the most. And then when I seen it again, I'm like, God, you know what I mean? I didn't know I hit him with that much shots. But it was amazing, you know, and you've seen the combinations, and I've been doing that in sparring too. I mean, you know, ask my dad, ask anybody who sees me spar. I've been hitting people with like 10 punch combinations. And I think I'm the only person that's been doing that. I don't see nobody else, you know, hitting people with combinations like that. So I definitely, I have a lot of things to offer to the sport. You know what I mean? A lot of entertaining fights, and I want to be that type of fighter that every time they come see a David Benavidez fight, then it'd be like, man, we got to see this guy again. Or you know how Pacquiao used to be when Pacquiao used to fight, everybody gather around the TV. You know what I mean? It's a holiday basically. So that's basically what I want to do now. You know what I mean? I want to be the most entertaining boxer in boxing today.
All right, David. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and we can't wait for you to come back. David Benavidez right here, coming back March 15th. Spence versus Garcia, the co-main event, going up against J. Leon Love.